Hello, girls. I'm here giving you an answer to Sandra Joana Sanchez Rincon and Maria Paula Cortez regarding her research question. They have asked me to give them feedback on the questions they have. The question number 1: do language teachers use cooperative learning strategies to foster the development of communicative classes with large groups in two public schools? If so, which ones? Well, you're asking me, so that's why I'm going to give you my honest, let's say, recommendations and suggestions. So initially, well, I would say that in order to know if teachers use cooperative learning strategies, I think that maybe a research is not needed, because just with a matter of observation, you will actually know whether teachers are using them or not. The second is the effect that you want to say that with that teachers develop communicative classes. Well, the question is to what extent the collaborative work or cooperative work actually develops this kind of communicative classes. So I have my objection with the way that this question is stated, because it actually could be answered like by observation record. The language teachers use cooperative learning strategies to foster interaction among students. If we compare this one with the other, I would say that interaction in a way is more specific. Something that I think you should actually consider is the constructs that you will be using. It seems that there is an issue about cooperative learning. I would prefer to use collaborative learning if possible. The other one, there is something that is actually calling your attention, that is communication. However, this communication is not clear regarding to which skills will be observed. So I think that you have to define this. If you are talking about interaction, it seems that you are referring to speaking, but it could also be talking about writing. So these are issues that need to be clarified and that need to be used. At a certain point, teachers probably don't use a lot of cooperative strategies because of the amount of work. So the question is, what about if they don't use these strategies? So what will be the answer of the research project? My third concern, and probably you can start thinking about the problem to be solved, as you did with Professor Brian, plus the strategy to be implemented, and the result, the expected result. So I would recommend that you think, it seems that your problem is that students do not speak, or students do not use the language. Seems to be the problem. But also it seems that the solution for you seems to be collaborative learning strategies. So the strategies that they actually implement, learning strategies, and what you want them, let's say the result of this is more use of the language and probably more peer interaction. So these are issues that still should be answered. So still those are questions that have to be solved here. My suggestions are that initially based on the theoretical framework, you find the gap. In this moment, I am not certain whether you want to do your research concentrating on the teacher role or the student's performance. So consider that. If it is the first one, it would be interesting because there are not many research studies that actually see teachers. And the other one, let's say that there are a lot of studies about collaboration. That's another issue. Considering the amount of research on collaboration, what would be different in your project? So what is that issue that actually says, well, they are doing something different in the research project? Because if you go, you will see that as individual, as a team, and as language learners, collaborative learning actually works. The question is what exactly you want to see. If you want to see the teacher side, it could be like a self-study approach. So meaning that, let's say, you observe how little by little you are including this approach, and probably how you change the way that you plan your classes. And in this moment, the questions will change totally. So, well, I would encourage you to continue thinking about the question and try to play with the elements that you are interested in. I was just wondering to confirm whether you have done a needs analysis, whether you have your theoretical framework, and what this revision of literature has given you. So I'm going to send you these recommendations to see if they can actually work for you. Okay?